The caller is, and we worked out our technical difficulties, and I think we have a caller.
Hey, Coach Rome, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good to have you on.
To be on.
Yeah, good to have you on here with Real Sports Talk with Chris and Lee. This is kind of our small college sports report, something I did in the past. And Coach Rome, for many of you don't know, he is the head football coach at the Virginia University of Lynchburg in Lynchburg, Virginia. They are a small HBCU school that actually, Bobby, you compete in the NCCAA. Can you talk about that a little bit real quick?
Well, we're a small Christian college. We have about 300 students. We compete in the NCCAA. Well, the NCCAA is a small sister component of the NCAA. It's for smaller schools to be able to play bigger programs, to be able to put their university out there against top NCAA competition. Belhaven's in the NCCAA, Bluefield's in the NCCAA. There's a number of programs. I think it's up to 200 programs in the NCAA across the country, and it's just a little small organization that's actually growing every year.
Yeah, and Coach, we wanted to have you on because you and I have talked. We've known each other for a while, and I've watched what you've done. This is a program that in 11 years, was it, Bobby, was it 1 game or 3 games they had won?
Yeah, they won 3 games in 11 years. To be honest, they haven't had a winning season since the 50s, and, they just kind of restarted football here on campus back in 2011. Since then, they just haven't been able to get things rolling until this year, and we've been very blessed and fortunate with a great crop of talent, great group, great staff, and we're able to squeeze some wins out and try to change the culture here at Virginia University of Lynchburg.
Yeah, and I think you're one of the up and coming coaches. You played at UNC, you played a little bit in the pros, started football over in Russia, which is really cool, and then came back, coached the University of North Carolina club team, and then you got the VUL job. What people don't understand, you're right. You're playing NCAA schools. This year you're at 3-6, but that record's deceiving. I believe you beat Fort Valley State? They were defending conference champions. Was that Division II?
Yeah, Division II. We had a Division II conference champions back to back in 2016 and 17, and the SIAC. So that's a small that's an HBCU conference, very competitive HBCU conference. And Fort Valley State has a very strong tradition. So to be able to come down there and not only beat them, but beat them convincingly, you know what I mean? Their coach was coach of the year last year. To beat them convincingly, I mean, hats off to my guys and the coaching staff here, man. We came down there and handled business. And another thing I look at also, we got 4 Division I programs on our schedule, which means they're allotted up to the maximum of 86 full scholarships. We have 0, you know what I mean? So to be able to come out and compete on that level, compete with teams, programs of those magnitudes, it's a very special thing we got going on here at Virginia University of Lynchburg.
And Coach, that's why we want to talk to you about. Everybody loves the underdog, but you're talking about 0 scholarships. You guys just win. One thing we want to say, you went into Hampton University, which is now in the Big South. They're a FCS school. Mm-hmm. You took them at halftime. It was 30-28. And I watched that game, and those commentators didn't know what was going on because you're just this small little school in the NCCAA playing, the big boys, and your guys came out ready to go. And I think that's a testament to you and your staff, and I've been following you. But one of the things that happened in that game, and people might not know this, they have the nation's leader in kickoff returns out of everybody. Okay. You talk about Johnny Rembert. He just ran for his 4th touchdown kickoff return against Hampton, correct?
Definitely. Well, when I first got here, the VUL, I realized that we would outscore 400 and something points to 28. Which means that they kicked the ball off to us a lot. So, it was very, very important to us to make sure that we were very, competitive on kickoff return. And that was something that we really, really worked on this year to make sure when a team does punch us in the face, we're able to punch back, with some. And that's a kudos to Johnny and his coaching staff. We really worked really hard on making sure that we were number 1 in the nation at kickoff returns. And, we're averaging almost 30 yards per return, on over 29 kickoff returns. That is amazing. You know what I mean? That is amazing. That's a testament to the coaching staff and the time we put in with these young men. And like I said, it's just exciting to be able to do that against NCAA competition. Against NCAA competition, we ran back 3 kickoffs You add in Lewisburg, that's 4th for the season.
Hey,
so,
Coach.
It's not a program in the country that's done that.
Yeah, Coach, this is Lee Jones. I have a question for you. With the limitations
Yes,
on scholarships, talk to us about and talk to our audience about what type of individuals you're looking to recruit there to your program. What type of individuals you look for, what type of a person you look for when you go into these schools and you sell the vision of playing football at your program.
Well, the first thing I want to look for guys that want to be here. You know, they want to play against the big time competition. That's the first thing. You know, I'm not here. I've been through the recruiting process myself. I've known 5 stars that have been through the recruiting process myself, being a former UNC guy. And, you know, I'll be honest, I'm just kind of turned off by the whole, you know, the way the recruiting thing kind of works out right now. So, you know, I want guys that want to be at the university because I believe those are the guys that are going to lay it on the line for the institution, and those are the guys that's going to go out there and compete every snap. I've been at universities where I've seen walk-ons come in and develop into starters. You know what I mean? And that's it's all about player development. So pretty much, to me, if you can play, you can compete, you can come out here and earn a job. I want you on my team. I want you part of my program. That's pretty much what I built this program on.
Do you have tryouts for players to come in and work out for you? Or what are the different type of recruiting strategies that you use? Because I know it has to be unconventional with the limitations that you have.
Definitely. First things first, to get the kids to the campus. You know, that's the first thing. Get the kids to the campus and you try to sell them on the small university, you know, the small environment, and let them understand, hey, when you walk out your dorm rooms, we know your name. And so does the president, and so does every other, you know, faculty member at this university. And that means a lot to a kid when he goes, you know, hundreds of miles away from his parents and no one knows who he is. He's just a child on campus, you know. So that's one of the things we sell to make sure they know it's a small campus. I live on campus with the students. So they're able to come to me at any time. You know, that's something they're not going to get that anywhere else in the country. Another thing, all my coaches have played in the NFL or played in the ACC. So, you know, they're getting top-notch coaches from guys that have been there. So if you have a dream of playing at the next level, guess what? We've done that. You know, I got a first-rounder on my staff, former NFL first-rounder on my staff. So we've done that. You know, if you want to play in the Senior Bowl, I can offer you that. I'm the head football coach of the National Bowl. I've been for the past 2 years, and this is going to be my 3rd. So if you want to play in postseason Senior Bowls, we were able to create that environment for you if you want to go on to the next level. So when guys look at that compared to what other universities are doing for them, they realize that, you know what, it's one thing to have resources that the university has. It's another thing to have a coach that has resources and is willing to use them to help the student athletes.
Yeah, Coach, I agree. And again, you got 2 more games left against Allen University and Delaware State. We want to wish you the best of luck. I do have one question before we let you go. I know the NCCAA has a national championship. Are you guys still in the running for that?
Yes, we are. We're still currently ranked number 2 in the country right now.
Okay, yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. Coaches playing the big boys, and it's paying off for them. You're at 3-6, but again, don't let that fool you. That's the most they've won in one season in a long time. And Coach Rome has brought his philosophy and his staff there, and the kids are buying into it. And, Coach, you've been a great friend of the Small College Sports Report. I know you're at practice. We're not going to keep you, but we want to continue to promote you. And we're going to check back in with you, too, as we get past the next 2 games, see if you're competing in the national championship. We'd sure love to talk to you again.
Yes, sir. Well, I definitely appreciate the support, guys. We're always down to support you guys. You guys support us, take a chance on us when nobody else would, and I definitely appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, thanks, Coach. Good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you guys so much for the call, and good luck to you guys.
All right. That's head coach Bobby Rome, Virginia University of Lynchburg. Lee, again, I love to promote the small sports.
Absolutely.
I know you do too.
Absolutely.
As you talk about, they do it for the passion. You hear that in Zero. He does. He lives on campus. And it's I think they call it the big house. I've been up there, but he and his wife actually live on campus. He walks right out to his to the offices, and he sees those kids every day. So it's a great testament. People told him, don't take that job. It's a dead end. That's his first real big head coaching job, and he's doing a great job.
Well, you know, you and I both know we started sports at schools before, and the struggle of getting those programs off the ground and selling those programs to kids that all think that they should be at an FBS school or at least an FCS school. So we know the challenges of doing that. I commend him on what he's doing and selling the dream, staying at it, playing the big boys, and building the program. So that's very good.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, that was head coach Bobby Rome on the Real Sports Talk with Chris and Lee here on the OAM Network and Facebook Live. Again, give us a call, 901-457-4677. Lee, we're going to have another interview in a minute, but let's talk a little bit more about the NFL. We've got